あ、これバムですね。うん、わかる。ファン？いや別にファンではない。面白い面白い。うん。バムの試合面白い。まあ階級が合えば、バムが上げてきて、タイミングが合えば、もちろんそれは興味はあります。でも自分はバムの試合は好きですよ。
I know a lot of people want to rush you. They want to talk about the Inoue fight. They want you to look past your opponents and things of that nature. But how you prepare for this upcoming fight?
Just stay mentally locked in. Mentally, physically, giving my 100% each day in the gym. So I make sure to come out here Saturday night and put on the show.
And how many weight classes you think, and by the end of your career, if you could draw it out, how many weight classes you think you could go?
Definitely 126.
126? You trying to be a full 5 division world champion?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
How many pound for pound fighters has Inoue beat?
No, we're talking about the lower divisions,
answer the
man.
question,
we're talking about the lower divisions.
Answer the question.
Probably
none.
Zero.
Not even in the top 10, Barack.
So what?
But Barack, you know.
I know.
I've been saying
but
it.
Let's fast forward though.
No, I want to
What makes sense right now?
I want to see ahead. Can I see ahead? Can I peek like this?
Go ahead.
And see ahead? I want to see Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez. I know they're not the same weight class.
Would it be fair right now? You can't ask them to come down.
You can when it's a big fight, when it's a big money fight.
Inoue and Bam and are different when you put your eyes on them.
Nice.
The reason people wanted to see Pacquiao and Mayweather fight, well, they both demoed Hatton and Cotto, right?
Right.
But it was also when you watched them, you were watching something that was different than everyone else in the sport.
Stood apart.
Yes.
Bam is one of those guys, and if not for the fact that he's short with a short reach, I would take him against the monster. However, the fact is he is short with a short reach, and the monster is a lot. What do we all think about this?
He still has to prove himself at 118 pounds and 122 pounds before we can say, okay, maybe he can.
The big one for me would probably be Inoue against Bam Rodriguez. That's tough. That's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. That's a boxing IQ at its
That's like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like if they would have fought in their prime, you get me? They never did. It was not in the prime. They could still make the fight happen, but it was not in the prime. Right now, Inoue against Bam Rodriguez, brother. Man, I'll pay top dollar. I'll fly to Japan, wherever. I want to watch that fight.
And you know the beautiful thing about that fight is I think we still haven't seen the best of Bam.
For years, Naoya Inoue has carried the reputation of being one of the most dominant fighters in boxing, performing on the sport's biggest stages with remarkable consistency. Fighting in front of huge crowds at venues like the Tokyo Dome, Inoue has built an image as a champion who rarely looks troubled inside the ring. Many fans began to wonder if there was anyone left in the lower weight divisions who could truly challenge him. Recently, though, one name has started generating serious attention across the boxing world. Jesse Rodríguez has gone from being viewed as a rising contender to becoming part of one of the most talked about potential matchups in the sport. What started as confidence and ambition from Rodríguez has quickly turned into widespread discussion, especially after Inoue openly acknowledged the growing interest surrounding the fight.
Oh, this past weekend, right, we had the Naoya Inoue beat Nakatani by unanimous decision. What are your thoughts on that fight and Inoue's performance?
I like Inoue's performance. I feel like it was a great fight. You know, they both showed high level in there, you know, great chess match. And, you know, I like Inoue's performance. He bit down. You know, I feel like Inoue got a lot of the first couple rounds early. He came out strong, is sharper. Nakatani started, you know, getting his groove a little bit towards the end, but overall, Inoue was the more dominant one. I like the performance for sure.
Do you feel like Nakatani started too late? Like after the first 6 rounds, it was like, you know, posturing, feigning. They really weren't committing.
Yeah.
And I think after 6 rounds, probably Inoue up like 4-2, 5-1, and then 7 through 10, it seemed like Nakatani was picking it up, but then Inoue closed. Is that the way you saw it as well?
Yeah, I did. Nakatani started getting his groove as soon as he was then. Yeah, like you said, at the later rounds, Inoue stepped on that gas. So, you know, but shout out to Inoue for sure. That was a good win.
Now, a lot of people, one of my main man, Robert Garcia, right? I was with him and his phone started like going off the hook. Everyone's calling him. They're talking about, yo, Bam Inoue next. Like Turkey wants it like in January or February, I'm hearing. What are your thoughts on Bam Inoue?
Bam, one of my favorite fighters right now. He real sharp, very skillful. Got good power. I like to see that fight. Inoue's a little bigger than him, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Inoue's at 122, Bam at 115. So Bam's gonna fight at 118 next month against Antonio Vargas for the WBA 118 title.
Yeah.
And they want to go straight at Inoue for the next 122.
I mean, that's not a bad decision. I feel like Bam, and that 115 is small, but I think out of camp he walk around a little heavier though. So
yeah,
he'll be straight. It's nothing too crazy.
You think it might benefit him moving up?
Possibly, yeah. He might feel stronger. He already got good power, so he might even have more. Without that big weight cut as much. So I'm excited.
Conversation around Naoya Inoue became even bigger following his impressive performance against Junto Nakatani. Before the fight, many analysts believed Nakatani's size, reach, and technical style could create difficult moments for Inoue inside the ring. Instead, fans witnessed another disciplined and highly controlled performance that showcased Inoue's timing, movement, defense, and ring IQ over multiple rounds. By the final bell, many observers felt he had once again proven why he is considered one of boxing's elite champions. As conversations about his future continued, attention increasingly shifted toward the growing reputation of Jesse Rodríguez, whose performances and confidence have made him one of the fastest rising names in the sport today.
I'm sure you read all the press clippings, the big elephant in the room. You and Naoya Inoue, you have a big fight coming up. He has a very big fight coming up early next month. You want to go back down, obviously, to fulfill Undisputed, but what would happen if that fight came on the table?
I'm ready whenever. That fight's been brought up just as much as Chocolatito fight back then. So if that fight was presented to me right now, I'd definitely go ahead and take it.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be a very interested observer in the fight next month.
Yeah.
One of the bigger fights in Japan, I can't even remember since when. What do you make of that fight with him and Junto Nakatani?
I think it's a great fight. I think whoever lands the first big punch definitely gonna put the other to sleep, but I mean, it's gonna be hard to. I mean, that's a great fight. They're both pound for pound greats. They're both world champions. So I think this is the kind of fight that whoever lands first is gonna win.
I mean, they were in action in separate fights in Riyadh last year. Nakatani was in really tough. Just squeaked by in that fight. Did you take anything away by watching those two? Did it change your perception of how the fight might play out after watching both of them in their last performances?
No, I mean, before those fights, I was favoring Inoue to win the fight. And then, like I said, those fights didn't change anything. Styles make fights. The guy Nakatani fought was non-stop pressure. I don't think Inoue has that same kind of style. So, like I said, styles make fights.
Do you think you and Inoue finally getting in there, that's a fight that will define this era in the lower weight classes?
I think so. I think me against Inoue would definitely be, if not one of the biggest.
Jesse Rodríguez, widely known as Bam, has earned respect throughout boxing because of the way he approaches challenges early in his career. While many young fighters are matched carefully, Rodríguez has repeatedly stepped into major fights against experienced opponents and world champions. His trainer, Robert Garcia, has often praised his discipline, confidence, and willingness to test himself against top competition. That mindset has helped Bam quickly build a reputation as one of the most exciting fighters in boxing, with many fans believing his style, skill set, and mentality could eventually lead him towards some of the sport's biggest matchups.